Oh, you got that a long time ago.
Long time ago. I brought this whole thing a long time ago.
I'm suiting up. Niggas work outside, you know, because y'all wanna order shit all the time. Go buy it. Quit ordering. I'm tired.
Ordering is a whole way of life.
Gotta go get my monitor when I get off.
I thought I was going to get it.
You can?
Yeah, because I got an email for it and you pressed me about it.
Yeah. And you couldn't have got it when you got off because it was too early.
Far too early.
Wanna do something about those tits?
What's wrong with them?
Are they getting an interview?
Man. Cleavage, but I can't do anything about it. If I button this button, it's going to pop back open. Okay. Now I'm just completely coming undone. I just want to be real for a second. One, a disclaimer. If I look off to the side, I have upgraded equipment. So I am trying my hardest not to look that way. I'm so drunk, y'all. Like, I'm not drunk, but I've definitely been drinking. So let's just say that. I just got off work and I have a long weekend. If I have a weekend off, I turn up when I get off work. People would normally, that have normal schedules, will say, girl, you're drinking before 11 o'clock. But bitch, I've been at work. While you were sleeping, I was working. So this is like getting off work and going to happy hour for me. It's just unfortunate that it's 11 o'clock in the morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristen. If you are new, if you are returning, what's goody? Listen, if you're returning, I'm sorry. I was supposed to come back with Real Housewives of Potomac and reviewing the reunions, but literally my work schedule is just too hard for me to film during the week. It's too hard for me to do that. And really the only reason that I'm filming now is because I don't have to go to work tonight. If you are new, I work nights. My work schedule definitely interferes with me staying consistent, so I need to stop promising and saying that I'm going to film things, because there are times where I try to film and I just don't feel like it. And I am still in postpartum depression right now, so if I'm filming, I feel good. If I'm filming, I'm having a good day. I'm ready to dish and I've got me a good church wine here, so we're ready to go. So Belle Collective, it comes on OWN. I like it. When you first watch the episode, and I believe episode 1, Welcome to Mississippi, we meet Tambra Cherie first. She's a radio personality. So they had like a little segment that they were, you know, obviously like they're showing off like what it is that they do. I think she's interviewing the mayor. He's a very nice looking man. The next woman that we meet is Letitia. She's the CEO of the National Women's Brunch Organization, which is pretty much networking over brunch for Black female entrepreneurs. Letitia's storyline is her wanting to buy this block back. I always said if I ever got money, I'm investing that money back into my community. So I think that's admirable of her. And I like Letitia. I like her. I like her vibe. I like that she just seems very open. And I don't know. I like Letitia though. She's married and she's got children. Her husband leaves, I think she said for 28 days, and he's home for 14. So he's gone longer than he is home. And they've battled some infidelity. So, but I like the fact that, again, she's honest about that. Like, she can actually say that, like, my husband doesn't work here. My husband is not at home. And my husband stepped the fuck out. She just seems very authentic. I'll say that and I'll keep it short. Next in the episode, we meet Latrice. She says that they are the #1 hair vendor in the Southwest region. I like Latrice. I really like her backstory. They have a store, one side hair, one side makeup, so that's a one-stop shop. So in the episode, her husband comes in with lunch, and we learn that his name is Cliff. They cut to, you know, like a scene of her asking what he thinks about her going to this brunch. As long as you're not out here doing anything reckless, I approve that you go. And she was like, I'm really like kind of taken aback that you say that, because you normally would have an issue. But at the same time though, I completely thought that, I don't know, I just felt like she was hoping that he was going to give her an out so she wouldn't go, or that she would not be able to go. I don't know. I just, something about that whole exchange made me feel like, damn, like we're on camera. I was hoping that you would say that you kind of wanted me to stay home, because then I would feel obligated to stay home and make my husband happy and not go to a brunch. In her confessional, she said that pretty much she thought highly of Letitia, but that, what did she say? She said it was rumored that pretty much the brunches that Letitia hosts are bashing sessions. Like, people come through and they start talking shit. So she was like, why do I want to be a part of that? So she went on to then explain to her husband, like, I just think that, like, it's just fake. Like, the event, like, it's just all fake. And he was just like, well, then you're not going to have no problem fitting in. And she was like, hold on, wait. Like, so you're calling me fake right now? And I would have dug in his ass too. Like, low-key. Like, don't call me fucking fake. We're on camera. That's one. If you think that it was hypocritical of me to say something, like you had an example, you support me in public and you correct me in private, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Well, I don't know. Just something about that made me like, okay, Cliff. We meet Marie, and she is the owner of a mental health facility. She said that she is the first Black woman in the state that provides her service. She is married to Cedric. They've got children, and she is a grandmother. And she's working on her PhD, and she will then be doctor. I mean, we learned a little bit about her and, you know, her business, and then the episode actually moves on. Like, there wasn't anything in her introduction that really stuck out to me, like, other than, you know, like, they plan on expanding their business and making it available, you know, across the state. And then we meet Dr. Antoinette, which I love. I say that I love Dr. Antoinette because she's the most relatable for me as a person. I was engaged to be married before. It wasn't a divorce, but kind of somewhat felt like one whenever we finally called it off. Just Dr. Antoinette is like, she's about her come up game. Like, she understands, like, damn, like, I'm divorced, but there's life to be had after divorce. And there was life to be had after my engagement was called off. So it was just, she's relatable to me. So I just say that. She's a dentist and she owns her own practice. She's newly single. She's divorced. And she made a comment in her confessional. She said that it's not easy being in an interracial relationship in Mississippi. I can see that to be true given the area. However, for her to make that comment, I wonder, like, why are you making that comment? Does that play some relevance in the reason why you are no longer married to this individual? So that was just a note. That was just a side note. I was just like, I wonder why she said that. I like the fact that she didn't limit herself to dating inside her race. I feel like you love who you love, whether you're black, you're white, you're Asian, you're like, I don't care. It's a personal preference. I don't have a problem with anybody dating outside their race, outside of their race. Like, girl, get it. Okay, so moving on in the episode. So Latrice and Antoinette, they linked up at the Porsche dealership, which, listen, people, listen to me closely. The heritage behind the manufacturer, it is Porsche. It is not a Porsche. It's not a Porsche. It's a Porsche. I'm going to have to correct everybody in the nation because people seem to think that it's Porsche. It's Porsche. Antoinette is divorced car shopping, which absolutely. So Antoinette throws a little shade at the brunch, and so she makes the comment. She was like, how do you think they're gonna feel about us pulling up in a new Porsche? That's what she said verbatim. I'm not saying that because I would say Porsche. Latrice was like, speaking of the brunch, how do you feel about it? She said, well, why don't you wait until you're big enough and then we might actually hear what you have to say. So that made me think that, like, Letitia's organization was not as big as she was making it seem. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what I got from that. The day of the brunch, the ladies are getting ready, so they show all of them. And then they get to Marie, and Marie said that it was her first time buying from Goddess Links and that she had heard really good things about them. So then she starts combing through the wig. She said it's dry, it's stiff, it's crunchy, it won't hold curls. So she was like, okay, I spent $600 on a unit, I need answers. Rightfully so. She pretty much thought that since she was going to see Latrice at the lunch or at the brunch, it would be a good time for her to approach her about the shit. They start off the event with the handheld mirrors and saying, like, self-affirmations. And although I understand, like, the gesture and I understand what it means to, like, speak positive affirmations to yourself, I kind of take Latrice's point on that. Like, I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm successful. Like, the things that they were reciting were things that she felt like she already knew about herself. And absolutely, for the sake of the event, play along. I'm not saying to be an asshole and, like, not participate because you already know these things about yourself. But I am saying that in the back of my mind, I would have been thinking that same thing. Like, I know these things. Marie said that Latrice and Antoinette were not in Southern Belle attire. And she said that they were being really talkative during the event. Like, I guess, like, they were talking to each other. And she said that anytime that she tried to, like, interact or interject and, like, to try to put herself, like, in their conversation, like, to try to be friendly, she said that they weren't warm. So I guess after all of that, she was like, well, shit. She approaches Latrice about the hair. So Latrice is sitting here. Antoinette is right next to her. And then there's another girl on the other side of Antoinette. And she apparently has hair from Latrice's business installed in her hair. So they were discussing business. Marie overhears them discussing that business, and she feels like that's the perfect opportunity for her to say something about her hair. So she starts out that she went to her store and purchased hair, and that she was referred to a gentleman to make a lace front unit. And when she got the hair, it didn't look like the hair she had purchased. So she wanted to confirm that that was the store, that was the actual store that she had gone into. And Latrice said, you clearly didn't go to the right store. And Marie said, no, I went to your store. And if you're selling this type of product, it's bullshit. And so they go back and forth, like, I went to your store. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. No, you didn't. Like, so they're doing that whole thing. And Marie says in her confessional, she says, you know, like, pretty much, what do I have to gain by lying. Like, what do I have to lie for? Like, she said, I'm rich. Man, when she said that, I felt that in the chest when she said that. I just completely thought that Marie was completely out of line. Like, I absolutely do not care. Like, as a consumer, she has every right to wonder why she spent $600 expecting a premium product or a premium quality product, and she feels like she received less than, or something that was subpar. She has every right to approach the owner or whomever that she comes in contact with under that business. Okay? Marie is completely in her rights. She was wrong as fuck, because brunch is probably not the best place when you're at a table of probably 15 women for you to discuss your discrepancies with another entrepreneur. That's all. She was out of line as fuck. Like, read the room. Timing, maybe you have no sense of timing. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I just thought that I would have pulled her to the side, but to do so in front of a group of women is automatically going to put that other woman on the defense. She was upset. She already thought these are two girls that came in looking bougie than fuck, not in Southern Belle attire. They were already talking too much in her opinion. And whenever I try to interject and put myself in your conversation just to be warm, you all were actually very cold to me. So I can understand where Marie might have a little heat. I get it. I see it. But at the end of the day, that was not the forum to have that conversation with her. Period. And Letitia said, she was like, damn, I didn't even get to say what everybody is here for. Like, she didn't even get to make her announcement. And Latrice gets up and she was like, Antoinette, we're leaving. She came with her. We're leaving. Bitch, if I'm leaving, you're leaving. And that's what they did. Dr. Antoinette took her last step and both of them left. The woman that I mentioned that was on the other side of Dr. Antoinette, she told Marie, I think you owe her an apology. I think that you should apologize for that. And she said, I'm not about to apologize. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. This woman just came for me. So I don't feel like I should apologize. She came for you. Huh? Girl, did we see the exact same thing, or are we in two different frequencies? Like, which dimension are we in here? I wasn't feeling Marie. I was not feeling Marie after that. So I guess we'll see. I will be back for episode 2 because I am watching this. Seeing as though Belle Collective comes on Friday nights and I'm off Saturday, I don't see why we can't meet here on Saturday mornings. So we'll start to do that. Just plan for that. I'm not gonna say I'm specifically going to be back in such and such. Like, I'm not gonna say that. But I'll see y'all on the next one.